It is 7:38 a.m. in Hawaii, and there's already, you can see them from my balcony, there's already surfers out there, and I'm so jealous. I want to be out there. I want to be where the surfers are. Can't swim. My therapist told me to resist the impulses to just jump in. Anyways, excuse my morning voice. Hey there, beautiful souls. It's Sarai Zen, and a bit of a change of scenery, I know, but the passion for astrology and improving our quality of life is still the same, so bear with me. We've got some really exciting astrological events coming up, with the moon being full in Libra on March 25th, as well as that being a lunar eclipse. So let's go over the very layered astrological aspects, as well as some small messages the collective received from our spirit guides. Firstly, Libra is one of the moon's favorite signs to be in. Libra is a sign of balance, with its planetary ruler being Venus, the planet of pleasure and financial abundance. This harmonious energy is influencing our emotions right now and persuading us to find a balance between being emotionally and spiritually fulfilled while also maintaining a much needed stability. You'll be called to address your priorities and if they are in alignment with your long-term goals. So when you take this time to reflect within, you'll find the answers to questions like, am I making and spending money in a way that is sustainable to my desired lifestyle? And am I showing up as my authentic self in every relationship dynamic I participate in? So as we know, full moons are perfect for reflection and release. So when you are reflecting on your life to evaluate what needs to be released, make sure you're reflecting objectively instead of placing harsh judgment on yourself. With the moon being full, there is a spotlight shining on all the things in our lives that are keeping us stuck in an imbalance. And while it is helpful to know what's not working for us, if we get too fixated on these details, on the things that we don't want in life, we're simultaneously manifesting more of what we don't want, while also ignoring that the full moon is illuminating our divine path of happiness and enlightenment. Now, it's also very important to remember that we will be experiencing the energy of the lunar eclipse as well. This is a very pivotal time in the year for us. If you've been waiting for a change and just felt kind of lost as to how to execute it, or if you've been feeling that something is building behind the scenes for you and the anticipation is just growing, I want you to pay very close attention to how things play out in your life for the rest of March and April. Things will become very clear. So we know that the moon energetically influences our emotions and that eclipses are cosmic conveyors of change. This lunar eclipse will impact a lot in our lives, but we can expect to see the most evident change in our emotional perspective. This lunar eclipse will emphasize expanding our inner wisdom and allowing a personal transformation to flow in and change the course of our lives. Eclipses are a time of transcendence and renewal, and they can help us reset our emotional cycles. Our emotions are really heightened right now, as well as the thoughts that we already think about ourselves and our lives. So be very mindful of your perspective. The universe is determined to send you confirmation of what you already feel is true. Subconscious patterns will be revealed to us, and it would be beneficial to do some deep self-reflection, oftentimes called shadow work, in order to get to the center of why you are existing the way you currently are. So, some journaling prompts to help you deepen your self-reflection. I feel my life is in balance when the things I value most are. It's easy for me to express gratitude when the darkness I sometimes feel teaches me. It's time to say goodbye to. I am ready to embrace in the next phase of my life. We should feel collectively empowered at this time because we're given the opportunity to operate with intention. We can decide what this eclipse will bring us. All of the wisdom and the maturity that we've gained since the year started is being rooted into our beings, solidifying our individual paths for the future. As always, you'll feel this full moon and eclipse energy 3 days before and 3 days after the actual moon phase and event. So just some more things to keep in mind to stay grounded at this time. Much like a Mercury retrograde, eclipses can kind of shake things up a little dramatically if you're not aware of the energy you're going to be feeling. So stay really alert, organized, and grounded, especially when you're traveling. And eclipses can impact our digestion, so it would be beneficial to eat lightly for the next few days. Before I left for this trip, I did do a tarot reading for the full moon lunar eclipse energy, and I did get some very straight to the point messages from our guides, not too in depth, but still would be beneficial, and they're still in alignment with the energy that we're already experiencing from the planets. So let's break down those very, very small messages, but still very impactful in my opinion. The first message from our guides, there's only 2 small ones, and excuse me as I read off of my notes. I've got slightly vacation/work trip brain, but I want to make sure I get this message right. It came through to me so clear when I was at home and doing the tarot reading, and now so much has happened since then. So, this first message. Sometimes we get so fixated on things that they become an optical illusion, basically blinding us. We forget to enjoy our pleasurable human moments when we know there's so many responsibilities that need our attention. We miss out on opportunities to express gratitude when we're sometimes so busy complaining. And when we catch ourselves in this self-sabotaging cycle, sometimes we decide to be critical instead of showing ourselves compassion. This keeps us in a toxic headspace that can prevent the growth that we eagerly seek out. By taking advantage of this transformative energy presented to us from the full moon and the eclipse, we can transcend these habits of self-sabotage to welcome a more positive future for ourselves. Our guides want to remind us that we cannot heal in a space that constantly reopens old wounds. Though this way of existing has become familiar for you, it is your birthright to experience the full joy that life can bring you. So it's okay to leave this life, these habits, this mindset behind if it's not serving your highest good. By facing some painful but honest truths right now, you will be able to reclaim your power as the co-creator of your life and destiny. Your authenticity is key to healing your mind, your body, your soul, and being honest with yourself will lead you to living a more harmonious life. I thought that message was so beautiful. The second message our guides had for us is to be mindful of how we are achieving our successes and accomplishing our goals. Are we doing things authentically? Are we cutting corners and sliding others for our own personal gain? Are we moving in ways to satisfy the ego versus our soul desires? As we move into a season of action, our spiritual teams are reminding us to allow ourselves to be divinely guided, to continue to put faith in God and in yourself, to have patience and work diligently, because all of your dedication to self-improvement is not going unnoticed. Your miracles, your new life, your manifestations are on the horizon. Go into the season of action with positivity and holding on to your morals. And remember that comparison will outshine your own joy and achievement if you let it. A flower does not compare itself to the flowers growing next to it. It simply blooms, and that's all you need to do this spring. Celebrate your small successes, let yourself shine, and keep working towards these goals one action at a time. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Please comment if anything resonated with you or if you got some helpful insight on what to expect for this lunar eclipse full moon energy. I won't be back home in time to do a meditation or a yoga sequence, but I will have a Hawaii vlog coming out. So if you've been interested in going to Hawaii, or if you want to know how to stay spiritually grounded while you're traveling, I got you. Vlog coming soon. As soon as I get back home, I will post the vlog. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family if you wanna. I thank you for being here though, and I look forward to talking to you soon.